Visitors to the 2009 Nebraska Wheat State Fair display experienced wheat from its beginnings in the field to its use in food. A miniature urban wheat field, an interactive mill display, and kids' activities helped producers educate people about wheat.
Good morning. This is part of the display for the urban wheat field, and what we're trying to represent here is the different stages in the life cycle of wheat. So this would be typically what we look at in the fall of the year if we're talking about winter wheat. Winter wheat would be planted in Nebraska in sometime in September typically. So wheat is in the grass family, so it comes up and it looks like grass, and it proliferates itself to maturity, and it goes through a joining phase, and then as we get into the reproductive stage, it shoots ahead, and the head then is where the wheat kernels are developed. And as it goes on to maturity and it gets into a ripening stage, then the life cycle is pretty much completed, and we're looking at the formation of the wheat kernel, or the wheat berry as a farmer would typically talk about, and we're trying to get that to a stage where we get it to a moisture level where we can store it. Typically that would be in the 12 and a half to 13 moisture stage, and that would be kind of the life cycle of the wheat here that we're trying to represent in an urban wheat field.
Now we're going to show you exactly what happens when the wheat goes in the combine. All right, we've got the wheat heads here. What happens in the combine? The wheat comes in and goes across the concave area. It looks very much like your finger. And when that wheat hits the concave, it breaks, thrashes, and gets all crunched up, just like that. And it has all the straw right with it. And what happens after that, it falls down through and it hits a blast of air. And then we get the grain. The straw disappears and goes out the back of the combine.
This is a commercial mill, like they use in the big mills and where they make lots of bread. We turn it on, we put those wheat kernels in the top, and it comes down and it grinds it right there, and then it grinds it again right there, and again right there. And then when it's all done, we have flour and the bran. See, it takes the outside off, and then we have the flour right there.
A display highlight was the new Nebraska Wheat Mobile Baking Lab. After learning about wheat, visitors could stop at the trailer for baked wheat goods. More than 36,000 people sampled fresh, homemade bread and cinnamon rolls, cookies, and licorice candy.